We're back here on the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show. In the last segment, you may recall, we kind of talked about this non-violent or stop the violence approach going on throughout Pittsburgh Public Schools. You're going to get more details now on that discussion. Sierra Singh is a junior at Kappa High School, very involved in the process. Melissa Fries is the Pittsburgh Alderdice principal and assistant superintendent. And for the first time, we have the acting U.S. attorney for the Western District, Sue Song. Welcome to you all.
Thank you.
So Melissa, talk to me a little bit. I mean, I talked to the superintendent and kind of said, you know, what happens in the community spills in our schools. Is that part of the thought process behind this anti-violence campaign?
Absolutely. Last year, last summer, and then throughout this year, we've lost quite a few students, and we wanted to make an impact on students before they left for summer, to just remind them that we care about them, we love them, and we want them to be safe. And so together with the Downtown Safety Partnership, which we've been working with for a few years, just around bus safety and downtown safety, we decided it would be really important for us to do a month of nonviolence, which is what's taking place this month of May and into June before the students leave for summer.
And point of fact, when we talk about this violence that spills over into the school, it has a much more dramatic effect on students as well as faculty than people process.
Absolutely. It's really hard on us. You know, we love our students, we care about them, the students care about one another, and it can really impact them both emotionally, socially, and behaviorally, as well as academically. And we want to make sure that they understand that we care about them and we want them to be safe.
To be safe. And Sue, let me pull you into this conversation, because now so often when people hear or think about the U.S. Attorney's Office, they don't necessarily think of such a proactive involvement.
That's absolutely right. People understand that we have a prosecutorial role, but we take our prevention responsibility as seriously, and sometimes more so. We have a full-time community outreach coordinator. She's very involved in this initiative, and we know that any prevention efforts, particularly youth-focused prevention efforts, are well worth it and will make a safer Pittsburgh and safer Western Pennsylvania. So
this was an easy sell when approached for this campaign.
Absolutely. It's research-based and makes all the sense in the world.
So, Sierra, we're talking about this initiative, we're talking about this plan, but give me an idea, as a student, what happens when you hear about something like this, and how do you get students to buy into it?
It's really heartbreaking, I think, when you see a lot of the students that are dying around you and are the victims of a lot of violence. So it's really easy because we're all like, we want to make change and we want to make action, and it's really easy to get everyone involved. And I think it's like, it brings us all collectively together instead of us just being schools and it just being a school issue. It's now like a district-wide issue, and it's amazing because like we really wanted to do this for a long time.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Interesting. So now the next couple of weeks are critical because we're leading up to the summer break. Some of our high school kids are going to be lucky enough to have a job. Some of our high school kids are just going to be hanging out all summer. What happens, and what's the message, the momentum that we give as we round out the school year?
I'd say that the most important thing is that we're here for them. Even though it's summertime, it doesn't mean that you can't come back and ask for help. We are launching a Safe Summer Pledge next week, which will ask students in high schools to sign and commit to, which means that they'll make good choices over the summer, and that they'll reach out for assistance, and that they'll advocate with their fellow friends for positive choices.
And so when we talk about things like the pledge or even the initiative overall, it really is an investment in this region because the ramifications of all this are so significant.
Right, and one thing the Justice Department can contribute is an emphasis on procedural justice. And what that means is how people are treated in the criminal justice system can affect their perception and willingness to cooperate with police even more than the result. And this is sort of common sense. But we know that when kids in particular and adults have interactions with law enforcement that are positive and reinforce their perception that the justice system is fair and legitimate and is willing to listen to them, even if they're not personally benefiting from that interaction, they'll respect the system, be more likely to cooperate, and more likely actually to follow the law.
Oh, okay. So we're talking really a long-term effect of something like this.
Absolutely.
Because there is so often, especially with young people, that skepticism, that resistance, or that hesitance.
And Pittsburgh Police and the Port Authority Police have really embraced procedural justice. They've been training on it. And it's, you know, very common sense things about the language you use with people, how you interact with people, the tone you use with people, particularly kids.
And Sierra, talk to me then. I want to go back to the pledge, first of all. Tell me how students are reacting to the pledge, because I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. It sounds like one of those things that kids will sign at the end of the school year, but never think any more about.
I think a lot of us are really tired of seeing like kids that we know on the TV and seeing kids that we know just going off on rants on social media because someone really close to them passed away or someone got hurt. And I think people are more willing and more open that we want to keep each other accountable. We want to continue to make sure like that this isn't one of us or like our siblings or anyone like that.
Okay, and you know what? You bring up social media. I'm going to get you two to respond to that because we all know, you know, and there are some people in our society who believe that social media is the worst thing that ever happened. But I'm guessing there are 3 different perspectives here on social media.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do have a hashtag for this month. It's hashtag PPS Safe Summer 17.
Okay.
So we got into it as well as adults to send the positive message. When we think about the pledge, I think something that's important for you to know is, or the audience to know, is that it was created by students. So this wasn't something that adults came up with. We had a student code of conduct forum a couple of weeks ago, and the students who attended that, which was from all of our high schools, came up with the pledge. And our goal is that this becomes something that we do each and every single year to remind students of how important their lives are to us as a district, as a community, and as people who really just care about them.
And tell me, hashtag PPS Safe Summer 17.
Yes.
17. Okay, I'm going to keep that in mind. Sue, give me your perspective again on, because this social media thing, we have seen it for good and for evil, for lack of a better example.
It can be a medium for very positive messaging. Obviously, it can also be a medium for criminal activity. We know that the youth in downtown Pittsburgh are being victimized as well as sometimes acting in criminal or improper ways. And what we did is we looked at the evidence, very clear, Monday through Thursday, 3 to 5 p.m. They're very geographically targeted areas where we know that the problems arise. And so, as a coalition of people who care about kids and care about downtown Pittsburgh, we can target adults and other sort of positive people to interact with the kids to assure that, during those times and those places, we don't see the number of incidents and that kids are not being victimized.
Sierra, you made a couple of really interesting points today because I think that most people in general don't see the toll that the violence is actually taking on young people. Do you feel like this is a great opportunity for you all to have a voice?
I think it is, and particularly with this, it's funny because I feel like so many people talk about youth but don't ever have youth at that table, and that's why I'm so grateful like that there are youth and my peers are involved, because we usually don't get a voice, and then so now we can use social media, we can use a lot of stuff within our schools to talk about how this does take an effect on us, and people oftentimes forget that it probably affects us more so a lot than a lot of others because we are emotionally attached to so many things. And like going back to the Safe Summer Pledge, when it's written by students and for students, we're more than willing to do it.
And so let me ask you this, because I think that sometimes we have all these disjointed efforts. This group is working on this group is working on this. This is a wonderful example of how all these organizations can come together.
Right, and I think the Justice Department can be a convener. Obviously, we're committed to anything that's going to reduce crime and violence. We're going to be focused on anything that is putting kids first, because we recognize that that's really the best way to prevent crime, is to invest in youth and kids.
And Melissa, before we wrap all this up, I mean, we've talked about all these different things, but this is actually even included going through some of those downtown hotspots that Sue talked about.
Oh, yeah.
In the last month.
It's been a lot of fun. Dr. Hamlet was with us a couple of weeks ago. We've had school administrators, social workers, counselors out and about greeting the students. At first, the students were like, who are these people? And now they'll come up to us and approach us and talk to us, even if they don't really know us.
Even if they don't know you. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back and wrap all this up in just a minute when the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show continues, so don't go.